What is up, everybody? Welcome to AK Plays. I'm AK. Let's play.
Okay.
Alright everybody, today's video is kind of partly a build video and partly a challenge video. As you can see, I put a comment on screen, and it was to make a HEXOTIC build. Now, a HEXO build isn't exactly the most viable thing in modern PvP in 1.8.3, but I wanted to take the challenge of making one. Now, I'm not saying this is something you should use, so do not think of this as purely a build video. I don't recommend using a HEXO build in the DZ, and in Skirmish it can work, but I still wouldn't recommend it. There are definitely better things to run. This is just purely to make a HEXO build for the sake of making one. Now, there aren't any classified pieces. I would usually go with a Frankenstein build where you put a couple of classified pieces as your knee and holster. However, I wanted to stick with the high-end and exotic theme. And we are 5,800 firearms, 3,000 stamina, and 5,900 electronics, putting us at 210,000 skill power. Primary weapon is a lightweight M4 with fierce, responsive, vicious, and these attachments. And our secondary weapon, you should really just have anything that has a free slot, predatory, sustained, determined, something that you can finish kills with and get some benefit from. Your pistol, I just keep around determined, cool-headed. And then on the chest piece, it is a vigorous chest, rolled electronics, health, skill haste, and that minor should be ammo capacity. On the mask, we have a refresh mask, rolled for firearms, critical hit chance, and that minor should be burn resistance. The knee pads are short bow knee pads, rolled for electronics, skill power, and the minors should be burn, shock, and disrupt resistance. Colonel Bliss holster with skill haste. And then the gloves are Skull MC gloves, rolled for firearms, assault rifle damage, critical hit chance, and skill haste. Our backpack is a specialized backpack, rolled for firearms, stability, and ammo capacity. Our mods, you can see it's stamina skill haste, first aid self heal, and first aid self heal. On the holster, we have first aid self heal. And on the knee pads, we have electronic skill haste and first aid self heal. The mask, we have electronic skill haste, and on the chest piece we have electronic skill haste and electronic skill haste. Now we can look at the fun stuff. So we're trying to get a lot of crit chance on this AR. We're at 32.5, that's why we have fierce. You could probably run something instead of fierce if you don't really like that, but I feel like it helps to give you crit chance over the long run. Next we have skill haste is at 39%. I really wanted to kind of have that 1.7 feel where you have big heals that come back often and still good damage. We run a conceal pulse, which gives us 20% more critical hit chance, which is going to put us really good, really close to that max. And then booster shot for our heal to get us into our overheal if we can, into that vigorous, and to give us the boosted damage and resistance. Our signature skill we keep a green around, but we can go with a blue depending on if we have a team or not. Then our talents, I have adrenaline, critical save, precision, on the move. I have been liking steady hands a lot, so depending on your situation, if you're moving around a lot or not, you can switch off your on the move. Depending on how your crit chance is feeling, you can switch off the precision. Chain reaction is also very good if you're spamming nades at people. Really depending on the situation. And then combat medic if you're running with a team. So you can decide between those talents. But that's the build. It's a lot of fun, and it brings back the memories of 1.7, just kind of running a HEXO build, having good heals, good skill haste, and pretty good damage. Survivability is pretty bad, but if you can move around and get to your heals back, it actually does pretty well. In Skirmish, it feels very good. It feels like it really can do some work. Now, I think that if you ran it with a house and you ran SMGs, it might feel a little bit better competitive with damage, but I wanted to run it with an AR to kind of really get that feel back of the old 1.7 days. So I kind of ran this more as a novelty and to just complete the challenge and kind of take my personal take on this HEXO build. I think there probably is better ways that you could run this. If you wanted to be competitive, I would say the house is probably your #1 thing that you would change to make it more competitive. But other than that, I feel like it's a very strong build, and it does fine in Skirmish and probably Last Stand. I didn't check Last Stand. I'm not a big Last Stand player. However, DZ, I really wouldn't recommend it. I would say that most gear sets are going to be a better option, if not all. So that's my take. It definitely was fun to do this just because it brought back a lot of memories, but I would say that it's probably not viable in the long run. so be careful with what you try. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to let you guys watch some gameplay. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you have any challenges that you'd like me to do that are build challenges as well, I don't get a lot of those, so they are kind of fun to try. So if you have anything, just let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Oh, hey!